Good morning. This is Jason Selvog from the Stearns Conservation District with your conservation report.
Last weekend I spent a few hours cleaning up some dead trees in our woodlot. I was removing a few dead standing trees as well as clearing a tree that had fallen over during a storm last fall. Winter's a great time to get in the woods and get some of this forest stand improvement done. So what is forest stand improvement? Forest stand improvement is the removal of undesirable vegetation that will provide space, light, water, and nutrients for the desirable vegetation that you want to keep there. So I thought I would share some reasons why winter is a good time to get some of this work done. If you use wood for heat or campfires, it's a great time to go ahead and stock up your supply. You can see easier in the woods at this time. You can kind of see maybe what areas need to be cleaned up. And this year there's not much snow, so it makes work pretty easy. I was able to get a small tractor into the woods pretty easy. Didn't get stuck at all, which was nice. The cooler temps mean you can work a little bit longer. It's not so hot. And because of it's winter, there's no darn bugs. So not dealing with mosquitoes and stuff, that's a plus in my book. It's a perfect time to go and cut oak trees, as you don't need to worry about oak wilt this time of year. And I guess one last tip that I've used a few times is if you have any friends that burn wood for heat, you can ask them to help in exchange for some free wood. You won't get much help if you offer up box elder and Siberian elm or buckthorn, but if you're cutting some hardwoods like maples and oaks or something, I found that I can get some free labor out of a few people to take care of the woods. So that's just some ideas that I had. It does work pretty well to get out there at this time of year, and it's something to do. You're not sitting in front of the television all the time. It's nice to get out in the woods, especially on a nice day, and enjoy what nature provides. Here's some of the benefits of winter tree care. Many people mistakenly assume that it is dangerous to perform winter tree care because of the extremely cold temperatures in Minnesota. The truth is there are many benefits to trimming, pruning, and removing trees during the winter months. For starters, deciduous trees are much easier to access during the winter months because they lose their leaf cover, which shields their branches during the summer months. Signs of disease, pest infestation, storm damage, which may have gone unnoticed during the warmer months, are now plainly visible. Because of this, winter tree pruning and trimming is actually easier than it is in the spring. One of the key benefits of winter tree pruning and trimming is that boring insects and disease that plague the trees these types of insects are inactive during the cold weather. When you prune a tree in the spring, pests like emerald ash borer can easily infiltrate the tree through the cuts you made, and trees also become more susceptible to diseases. If you prune your trees in the middle of winter, they will have plenty of time to recover from these surface wounds before spring arrives and those pests return. Winter tree pruning is also practical for safety reasons. When struck by winter winds and loaded down by heavy snow, tree branches are more likely to break off. In winter, you'll be able to easily identify those unstable branches that can prune them off before they have a chance to fall. This is also beneficial for your trees since trees are dormant during the winter months and won't be stressed by the loss of the branch as they would in the spring, summer, or even fall. Not only is winter tree care beneficial to trees, but tree removal is also much easier during the winter. When all the trees' leaves have fallen, they will be significantly lighter and easier to clear, which can save both time and money. Because the ground is frozen during the winter months, you won't have to worry about muddy tracks being gouged in your yard by the heavy equipment being used. Frozen ground will also protect the nearby trees and bushes from being uprooted when a tree is removed. Finally, when completing your winter pruning and trimming, you may notice areas that should be planted to trees or areas that you have planted that now have dead or missing trees, and you should be replanting. Winter is a great time to assess these needs and order trees if needed. That's some good information to know. And finally, sticking with the cold weather theme, I wanted to talk a little bit about winter wildlife habitat. With the passing of the season's first snowstorm and bitterly cold temperatures comes a reminder that pheasants and other wildlife need a secure place to seek shelter when Old Man Winter shows up and drops a foot of snow and the temperatures plummet below zero. Without quality winter cover and a reliable source for food, pheasants and other wildlife are susceptible to winter weather and predation. The primary function of winter cover is to have surviving birds in the best possible condition going into the spring nesting season.
By protecting wildlife from drifting snow, reducing wind chill exposure, and providing escape cover from predators, one can achieve this goal. Quality winter cover is recognized as a cattail slough 10 acres or greater in size, or a well-designed woody cover planting consisting of conifers and shrubs. Landowners are encouraged to evaluate existing winter and nesting cover to truly enhance their wildlife populations. Areas where winter cover and food are located within proximity are known as core wintering areas, and should be established within 2 miles of quality nesting cover and 3 miles within another core wintering area. When creating winter cover for wildlife, it is better to try and enhance what is already established. Perhaps you can start by enhancing an existing field windbreak by adding 1 or 2 additional tree rows of conifers or planting a strip of native grasses alongside a windbreak. Provide a reliable food source near the farmstead windbreak or other quality habitat will also benefit wildlife. There are several government programs such as the Conservation Reserve Program, or CRP, that will help you establish high-quality winter nesting cover. This has been Jason Selvog with the Stearns Conservation District with your Conservation Report. Have a great day.